Hey folks, so it is officially summer, the school year is over, and I thought we could take a second in this video today to look back at some of the teachers that have influenced us, maybe both positively and negatively, even us, meaning folks like me that aren't in school anymore. What sparked the idea for this video today is actually quite sad. A teacher that I admired and that really influenced me recently passed away. Her name was Vicki Vincent. Of course, I knew her as Miss Vincent. And she left an indelible mark on me and my heart. What was so interesting about Miss Vincent is I didn't actually have her as a teacher. I wasn't a student in her classroom. But Miss Vincent was so immersed in the community that you didn't need to have her as a teacher to get to know her. The first time that I ever met Miss Vincent, the first thing she said was, "Spencer West, I remember the day that you were born." My aunt was in her class, and there's a bit of a discrepancy. I love when they each told the story because it was a little bit different depending on who told it, but suffice to say that she remembered the day that I was born. What I loved about Miss Vincent is that she treated you as an individual and not just as a student but as a person, and really looked to nurture those things about you that maybe you didn't recognize yet. The one thing that I loved about her in particular is that sometimes high school for me felt like a place where I didn't fit in, and I always knew that regardless how I was feeling that day, if it was time to like change classes and the hallways were busy, I knew that if I walked by her classroom, which I always had to get to one class, she would always stop to say hello and to ask how my day was. Even if she had to shout across the crowd, if she saw me go by, she would say hello. Sometimes she would even leave her class to come say hello to us in another class. I really got to know Miss Vincent not only in high school but through a friend and their family, and I went to her house for dinner one night and we just became best friends very quickly. I spent a lot of time at her house. She not only opened up her classroom, but she opened up her house to her students, where she made beautiful dinners, and of course her amazing and world-famous pain au chocolat. I believe she taught French, and she used to run European trips. In fact, one of the things that I loved and how I also got to know her is through theater. She used to come in to our theater when we were doing musical theater for the community, and she would talk about love and teach like the two people that were supposed to have a romance how to kiss properly, and she was just a very emotional and lovely person. I remember after I went to university, she and I stayed in touch, and after my first year of university, my close friends and I that I'd grown up with had a bit of a falling out for a year, and when I came home, I didn't have any friends other than like my mom and my family, and I went to Miss Vincent's a lot. It was a safe place. She was a beautiful woman who loved her dogs better than I would say some of her family members. She treated those dogs so incredibly. I watched Will and Grace for the first time at her house, and I'll never forget one year I had surgery, and it was that summer actually that I came home from university, and she was the first person to show up at my house the day after I had surgery with a meal that lasted, oh gosh, at least a couple days. It was this amazing soup that was really good for your belly after you've had surgery. Miss Vincent, you left an amazing mark on my heart, and I will never forget you. And thank you for what you did for us and so many other students in Rock Springs. You really had a gift, and you will be missed. I would love to hear from you guys, teachers that have moved you, maybe this past year, or some of you who have graduated like me, that inspired you, and how they inspired you, and why they inspired you. I think teaching can be sometimes a thankless job, and teachers don't always get to see where their students go afterwards. And I think it's important for us to get back and at least let them know how we felt. I told Miss Vincent all the time how much I appreciated her, and so I don't have any regrets, and I would hate for you guys to have that too. So use this time maybe in the comments below or this summer to think about those teachers and either reach out to them and let them know how they made you feel, and let me know. I'd love to hear some of your stories as well. Thanks for letting me cry today. As always, guys, you're my new best friend. Call me every 5 minutes. Bye.